Hi everyone, Nick the Gardener. Saturday the 2nd of September. So I just starting off this little tour compost pile, and it's 138 degrees, which isn't bad. Turned it about 5 days ago into here, and yeah, it's just started to cool down. It was at 140 yesterday, but should hopefully have about a ton's worth of compost there by the time it's finished. Got a little bit more in here just to top it up with, because it shrunk down, you know, maybe 6 to 8 inches already, really. But hopefully it won't shrink down too much. I'm just starting off another pile here now. So this first pile here is going to be hopefully for spreading out in sort of November time, and then this other pile I'm starting over here now will be hopefully for next spring for my potatoes. No dig potatoes next year, hopefully. I'll show you the brassica bed. This has got my Brussels sprouts and kale-ettes in, and some broccoli on the other side. And yeah, they're doing a lot better than what we did last year. I've added a lot more compost since the first planting of Brussels sprouts, what I did at the beginning of last year. And yeah, these are doing really well now compared to the soil what they were in beforehand. This one here, this Brussels, has already got a half decent amount of Brussels on it, and they're half decent size for this time of the year. I'm probably going to have to top them soon. It's just bursting through the net again. So I did raise up the net after the last video, and as you can see, the net's all wonky and all over the place. So what I might do is, once I've topped them, sort it out, try and make it a bit better. I did go through here with the broccoli yesterday and harvest some, and yeah, it's not been too bad for the Matsuri F1, little dwarf variety broccoli. So in here there was a broccoli that I missed, and it all got sort of started to flower, so I chopped that off yesterday. I didn't even know there's a broccoli in here. Parsnips are doing okay. I think this must be a cauliflower here, but it hasn't started to do make a head or anything. There's 2 kale-ettes in here, and these are the kale-ette crazies, and they look like they're starting to form little kale-ettes on them, but I'll probably have to stake them soon, I should think. A couple of January King 3 cabbages here, which I don't know if they're going to do anything. It might do. I think this is a Brussels sprout here. It's gone into 2 heads by the looks of it. Yeah, little crappy cabbages. So yeah, I'll probably put some more brassicas along here soon after I've taken the corn down. And the 3Sisters, like I say, is doing pretty well. I'm very happy with the 3Sisters. Load of beans, load of corn, load of squash, and it's quite tall. It's yeah, it's been my best corn ever. So the butternut squashes, which I was a bit worried about, I did do a little quick update last week saying that we've got some butternut squash. So there's one there. There's 2 more here somewhere. Yeah, 2 more there. There's another one down in here somewhere. Oh, there, look. And there's about 4 or 5 down there. And there's one over on the other side. So they're doing really well. I think I was just a bit impatient. I was expecting them to start producing more or faster than that. So blue lake beans on here, got loads on here. They've done really well, and they're quite tasty as well. Right. So I've netted my leeks. There's 2 varieties. There's Musselburgh and Leon Prize Taker. You netted them because we had allium leaf miner, and Bill and Val did warn me about it, and I ignored them, and all my onions got allium leaf miner, and I lost them all. So great advice from Bill and Val. If they ever give you any advice, listen to them, because they know what we're talking about. Great guys, absolute great channel, and yeah, you should subscribe to them if you haven't already. But these leeks are doing pretty well. I'm quite happy with them. Just hope they don't get leaf minered. So little tomato at the edge here. Oh, there's a big bee there. Look at some of that bad boy. Sun gold, just side shoots really. They're doing all right. Butternuts here. Got, forget how many's round here. There's about 4 or 5 round here. But yeah, I think I've got 9 in total of the butternuts. 10 potato squash. 19 pumpkins. Little cucumbers doing right up here. I think, yeah, got another 2 actually down there. Didn't see that one. So I have to definitely take at least a couple of them off today. That cucumber here, going up that little wire, has done better than the ones in the greenhouse at home. But the ones in the greenhouse at home haven't had as much luck as the tomatoes, I suppose. So I've got another little squash here, which I'm not sure what it is. Little yellow round squash. And I hand pollinated this one earlier, just to make sure. Bush beans in this bed, doing fantastic. There's loads. I've been picking them every other day, and I can't keep up with them. And these yellow ones, the polka, they're really prolific. They're really nice. And these green ones are called Ferrari, and they're doing really well as well. Nasturtium, absolutely gorgeous. I think it's my new favourite flower, nasturtiums. And I did finally manage to get a brassicas in here, swede in the middle, broccoli this side, and cauliflower over that side. But I don't know if you can make out, Noel's already dug out this swede in the middle, made a few more of the holes through there. So that's a bit annoying, but as long as I can tread them back down quick enough, they do survive. So hopefully Noel hasn't done too much damage. I'll quickly walk you around this way. So yeah, these pumpkins haven't started to go orange yet, but they're doing pretty well by the looks of it. Got a melon, little Emir F1 melon. I've got 2, but 3. Oh no, not actually. That one's been munched by something like that. That's a shame. So I've got a butternut here, and yeah, it's looking a bit more healthier. Still very yellow, but I've been feeding it some J-Darm fertilizer and the worm leachate. And since I've been doing that, it has actually put that butternut out, so that's quite good. The celery here, starting to thicken up nicely now. So I don't harvest the whole celery all in one go. I'll just rip a bit off at a time, whatever I need, like a lettuce, cut and come again sort of thing. Gazanias, flower. I was open yesterday, but it's probably finished now. Raspberries, the pollinators are all over them, and they're doing really well still. These haven't stopped producing, and I think they're all yellow at the start of the season because these are autumn flowering ones, but I didn't chop them all the way back. So that's why they were yellow, because it was an old growth. But I got a crop off of them early on, and now they're starting to give out their proper crop. So it's a good way of extending the crop, is not to chop your autumn flowering raspberries all the way down to the ground. Look, I think you can see here. So say like that flower was on this stem, it's not, but say it was. I would chop that off up to there next year because it's flowered here, it hasn't flowered below, and then you get all flowers coming out from here. I'll show you the single seed potato cuttings now. So this is cutting number 10, and there's just one cutting in there, and it looks like it's doing really well. I've got some flowers forming now. I've pinched some off already, but yeah, that's doing really well. Happy with that. Only got just over, well, it's a month and 8 days left in the competition. It's getting exciting. These are my other single seed potatoes. There's 9 cuttings here, and I looked at them yesterday, and although they're looking yellow in the middle, the ends are looking pretty green still. But then I noticed this. Now that looks like blight to me. There's a little bit more here, and a little bit more here. So I'm gonna have to keep my eye on these, and luckily, like I say, we've only got a month left, so I'll probably be harvesting these within, well, definitely within the next 4 weeks, obviously. But yeah, just keep your eye on that blight, make sure it doesn't spread too much. If it does start to spread, I might just have to snip them bits off for now, but we'll see what happens. Courgette in the compost bin, still producing. There's 4 down there I can see at the moment, another little one just here. But I trimmed a lot of it off the back of this edge because it was going behind that J-Down fertiliser barrel, and couldn't find all the big courgettes that are on it. This little Diamante here, that's ready to pick today. Do it now. There's a couple of other little ones on there. I'll just put that on there for a moment. A Wormtropolis is alright. Getting a bit of leachate out the bottom here, I think. Yeah, there's a bit in there, so that's quite handy. That's looking alright. So these raspberries are doing okay. I had a little bit of a tidy up down through here the other day. I just stacked all the pallets up in a pile, sorted out a lot of the wood, put a lot of it in that bag. It was all strewn all over the allotment. There are like bits and pieces down here on the wood chips, and all round through all these wood chips there's wooden bricks and all sorts. So I've kind of tidied it all up a bit. I've gathered it all up into one place really. But I've got a bit of spare pile of wood chips through here. I'm probably going to end up sieving most of these wood chips and putting the big bits down and putting the sievings back into the compost pile for some well needed carbon. You see a few extra wood chips down here and what have you. But yeah, I'm happy with how the allotment's going. I've had it for a year and a half now, and I've added about 2 to 3 tons of compost and about 2 tons of wood chips over everything, as well as inoculating the wood chips with wine cap mycelium. Thanks Scott from Cuckoo Cottage, growing with fungi. It's awesome. Mycelium's still there. I had a little look the other day, and looks like it's spreading, so that's good. I've added biochar to the bed, super soil, and like I say, a couple of tons of compost at least, and a couple of tons of wood chip. So I've added so much organic matter that the soil hopefully now is going to be getting better and better each year. So I'm going to add at least 1 ton to 2 tons of compost every year. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and got something out of it. So please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.